Greetings and welcome to the Pampering Myself podcast, an advocacy for self-care. We'll laugh, we'll cry, and most importantly, we'll learn that you can't pour from an empty cup. You'll hear stories, interviews, and conversations which will empower you in living your best life. Greetings, ladies, and welcome to Pampering Myself. Well, it's been a while since I've been on the air, and I've truly missed you all. What a time we're living in. But before I get started, I want to first acknowledge some special people that have helped us through these difficult times. To our first responders, our fire, police, and EMT workers, our medical community, the nurses, the doctors, the technicians, housekeeping, environmental service, food service. For those who work in the grocery stores and the warehouses that supply us with the foods, to the truck drivers who keep our products moving, our restaurant workers for providing food options, to the funeral homes for helping grieving families, and for all of those behind the scenes that make sure we maintain some sense of normalcy and have assisted others in dealing with this crisis. We say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to those who have lost friends and loved ones, our deepest sympathy goes out to you and your family. May you find peace and comfort. If there's ever been a time for stress management, we can certainly agree the time is now. And regardless of your working situation, your household dynamics, or your state of mind, we can all agree at some point during this time of uncertainty that we all have experienced a little stress, with some more than others. Now, as this pandemic continues to spread and uncertainty of when the economy will fully open back, we are now seeing just how COVID-19 not only affects us physically, but mentally. From the youngest to the oldest, we've been forced into a new normal. Now, it's been reported domestic violence is on the rise, family with young adults in conflict because of the stay-at-home mandate. Parents are stressing over helping children with schoolwork, some worrying over how they're going to feed their families, and the list can go on. We get it. Things we don't normally deal with on a day-to-day basis have turned our lives upside down, and for others, the problem has only gotten worse. I'm blessed in a sense that I can work from home, whereas so many have been furloughed or lost their jobs. Now, I was already working from home one day a week before this virus, but I have to admit being thrust into 5 days a week have become stressful. I think because it's our busiest time of season, so when the weekend comes, I'm jumping for joy. I never thought that I would say I miss that 45-minute ride to and from work every day. But you know what I realized is that it gave me time to prepare for the morning, and then it cleared my head in the evening. And home was my safe place. But working at home, it all started to blend together, leaving me with a sense of overload. My husband and I had begun snapping each other. Well, we couldn't continue to do that considering we were confined. But I know so many people are because we feel like we have no outlet. And eventually I got myself together. I shared with you a few episodes ago that I had created this serenity room in my basement. It has a 3-foot waterfall, a fireplace about the same height, a massage chair, scented candles, a 40-inch TV on the wall with a fire stick. Now, I have to admit, I've only used it a couple of times since I created the space last October. And although it's not really complete from what I vision it to be, there is no excuse why I couldn't continue to use it. So why haven't I used it? Especially now. Now, that's a good question. So, one day, about 2 weeks ago, I was folding some clothes and listening to the news, and my back was to the television. And just as the news was signing off, they started playing some meditation music, and it got my attention. And when I turned around and looked at the television, they were showing these beautiful scenic pictures, which last about maybe 45 seconds, the music, the pictures, and all. But it was just enough to warm my soul. And at that moment, it reminded me of my serenity room, which was just steps away. That evening, I took a nice long shower, went down into my room, sat in my massage chair, turned on the fireplace, covered myself with this special blanket I bought just for that room, lit my scented candles, and found a meditation channel and said my prayers. I was at total peace. What a difference an hour makes. I left that room feeling like a new person mentally and spiritually. Now, I hadn't realized how being in the house was really affecting me until I came out of that room. We think we got it all together. Did me of an interview titled Mental Health Awareness, which is on this podcast, that I did with my niece. Most people will tell you they're all right, and they believe it, but in reality, they aren't. If you haven't listened, I encourage you to do so. She was so transparent about her bout with anxiety and depression. So as I was sitting in my study one morning looking out the window, I saw some kids riding their bikes, walking. Parents were walking with their kids, some without their kids. I guess they recognized the need to have some alone time. Don't feel bad if you want some time to yourself. We all need it. And in the long run, it's healthier for everyone. Anxiety and depression is real. Don't be ashamed or embarrassed either to admit it. A friend of one of my friends on Facebook reached out for help. I didn't know her, but I let her know that I was praying for her because not everyone is dealing with this virus the same way. Some people are really hurting. And if you know someone or you're in need of support, please reach out to someone or contact the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-8255. There was this article in the New York Post the other day, and they were reporting that the head of the emergency department, female physician, had committed suicide after spending days on the front line and battling this COVID-19 herself. They also reported that there was a 23-year-old paramedic who fatally shot himself after witnessing the toll of COVID-19. And according to the Stanford University professor, Deborah Kaysen, who is the head of the International Society for Traumatic Studies, post-traumatic disorder from this pandemic is becoming a crisis. And people most at risk are frontline health workers and those who have lost loved ones. COVID-19 has changed our lives in so many ways. And from what the health experts are saying, it will be for a long time to come. Now, you may not have a serenity room like mine, but there are other ways that you can minimize stress. So I'd like to share a few things I've tried and some that these experts have said will help. Take long baths or showers. You might want to light some candles or play some music in the room. Certainly get dressed every day. I can remember even when I was working at home 1 day a week before COVID-19, I might take a shower early in the morning, but I would just put on some more lounging clothes or pajamas and not necessarily get dressed. And it does change how you feel, your mood, when you actually get dressed. So get dressed every day, even if you don't leave the house. Take a walk, ride a bike, or go for a drive. The air in a different scene will help, And I know after 4 weeks, we decided to just get in the car and go for a ride. And it did help because I was able to get some fresh air and see people or some sense of normalcy. Call friends and family that you haven't talked to. Set up these Zoom meetings. Certainly, you want to eat healthy. In the beginning, I have to admit it was kind of difficult. We were overeating and eating a bunch of junk. But since we've been home for some days, we've gone back to kind of a normal routine of eating healthy and not so many meals a day or not so much snacking. We all know that exercise plays a big part in mental and physical health. So even if you just do some floor exercise, some twist bends, watch some exercise programs, there are plenty free ones on YouTube, or you may have tapes or anything. Certainly meditation and prayer is a must. We need both of those to help us mentally get over this and be able to adjust. Now is the time to learn something new or perfect a craft that you have. For me, it's crafting. I like doing, creating certain things, designing. Perhaps you want to learn a new software. Maybe you want to learn more about meditation or mindfulness or even how to cook. Another thing you can do is to help someone else, to volunteer. I have one of my Toastmaster members who is sewing masks for people for free and mailing them to her. Some of her friends that she knows that have over the leftover material is sending it to her, and she in turn is paying it forward. We know that those families with kids are struggling, as I said earlier, whether it's schools, social events. Take a walk with them, create some new memories, play some games, family-friendly games, tell some stories. But you have to keep the kids entertained as well as yourself. There are also all kinds of free apps on Apple, on different topics, on different subjects, just like there are on YouTube. The main thing you want to create is some sense of normalcy and a daily routine for yourself. It's proven that having a routine helps things help you to adjust a lot better. So it is my prayer that you found something of value in this episode for you or perhaps someone you know to help minimize your stress during this crisis. But please know that you are not alone. And perhaps you'll have your own aha moment and something that I have not mentioned, just as the meditation music did for me. So I'm wishing you and your families many blessings. Stay safe. And remember to pamper yourself now more than ever, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Thank you.